Hey, thanks for checking out the Aaron Advantage. I hope you enjoyed all the haunted house stories and all the creepy tales I told last month. This month I wanted to start off by giving you some information about common misconceptions people have about buying a home. One of the biggest misconceptions that I have with first-time home buyers is they think they have to have at least 20% down to buy a home. This is something that was probably ingrained in people years and years ago whenever people thought you should put 20% down, but the truth is there's a lot of different options for loans out there. Some as little as 3 to 5% for insured conventional, 3.5% for FHA, or for veterans, or if you're out in the county, in some areas you can get 100% financing. Make sure you're talking to your lender to find out all the best options available for you. Another thing that a lot of people worry about is my credit score good enough? I don't have a 700 or an 800 credit score. Am I able to buy a house? Well, the higher the credit score, the better off you are going to be, obviously, but there are programs that allow you to have lower credit scores and still get into a home. FHA will actually allow you to go down to 580 in some instances. Right now with the coronavirus pandemic and everything else going on, you're probably going to need about a 620, but it's a little bit less than most people think you have to have. I've been in real estate for 14 years, and I've always heard from somebody, is it now a good time to buy? The answer is, it just depends. The truth is, whether you're trying to buy a house for an investment or whether you're trying to buy a house for your home or other factors that you're looking at as far as long-term goals, will determine whether or not it's a really good time to buy. But the truth is, even though we're in a limited inventory market right now, with prices going up, interest rates are still fantastic, and if you're looking to buy a home, it definitely is a good time to buy if you plan on staying there for a while. Okay, this is a big myth that a lot of people think. They think that if I'm pre-approved for $100,000, I should look at least at a $100,000 home. That's definitely not the case. Whatever your pre-approval amount is the top amount that you qualify for. A lot of times that number does not take into consideration any of your normal day-to-day expenses, just your debt to income. So, depending on your lifestyle, you may not want to max out your pre-approval amount because you might find yourself in a cash poor, house poor situation. All right, I'm going to blame HGTV for this one. With shows like Flip or Flop or Property Brothers and things like that, everybody thinks it's probably cheaper to buy a fixer-upper, when the truth of the matter is, it's probably going to be more expensive in a lot of ways. Just because a house is in poor condition doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be priced accordingly. Not only that, a lot of times the things that are wrong with a property have to be taken care of, and they may be things that are functional issues or safety things that actually add no additional value once you get them taken care of. Just because a home is a fixer-upper doesn't mean you're going to get a good deal. Now, it doesn't mean you won't either, so make sure you're talking to your trusted professional and find out for sure whether or not the house that you're looking at is a good value. This particular myth is really rampant right now, and unfortunately it keeps a lot of people from being able to purchase a home just because of the fact that we have such a limited inventory market. If you have to buy a house, you don't necessarily have to be super picky on all of the things. When I'm working with buyers, I tell them on the front end, let's make a list of the absolute must-haves, and then let's make a list of the things that you want in a home. We may have to give a little bit right now just because of the fact that there's not that much available out there. The truth is, most people stay in their house on average about 9 years. So trying to find your dream home probably isn't going to be the place that you're going to stay that long anyways. So feel free to give on a few items when you're looking. You don't need a real estate agent. This myth is becoming much more rampant today than it's ever been in the past because, let's face it, all of the information about real estate is online and available to you anywhere you look. Truth is, when I'm working with buyers, I tell them, you'll probably know more about the house the first time we walk in the door than I do, just because I'm working with so many people and I have a lot of properties that cross my desk. That doesn't mean you don't need an agent. Getting information about the property is one of the smallest portions of what we do for you as far as when you're looking at it the first time. There's a lot of work that goes into negotiations on price, getting through inspections, making sure your repairs are taken care of. There's title work, there's contracts, there's disclosures. There's all kinds of stuff that real estate agents do so you don't have to. Just because you can find out a little bit of information online about properties doesn't mean you don't need someone in your corner making sure you're protected. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. These are just some of the common misconceptions I've heard from buyers when they're thinking about buying a home. If you have any additional questions, let me know in the comments down below.